Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Match, man, for Paul Match TV. Hit up Paul Match TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello everybody. It's time for Paul Mash TV again. I'm your host, Paul Mash, and we're glad that you could join us again today for another exciting interview. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But before we do, obviously, in case you were wondering, we had a little bit of a dry spell as far as interviews go, but we're finally back here, and just to let everybody know, if you're interested in writing to us, you can always do that by going to good old-fashioned email, and that's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And you can use that for fan mail as well as band information. All you got to do is just email me there, and we'll talk to you about that. And you'll always get a response, so we hope to hear from you there. And we also have Facebook, facebook.com/paulmashtv. And feel free to like the page and reply to the post in question. You can even inbox us. We'd love to hear from you. And I'm sure right now you're watching us on YouTube. There's that subscribe button down there. Hit the bell, and you'll get all the latest interviews whenever they become available. And you can even reply to the post in question, and we'd love to hear from you there. And we have a closing credit screen, so if you missed any of that, just stay tuned for that, and all that will be revealed again to you. Right now, from Christchurch, New Zealand, we have King Cass. Very excellent musician, and I think you're really going to like what he has to say. But before we get into that, let's have another quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
Click Jam, all around the world.
One thing I can't do is disappoint my fans. All the people around the world come and join the band. I said I'm happy as I ever been. When all the music comes together and it starts to blend.
All around the world.
All over the globe.
Well, hello there. It's interview time again, and with us from Christchurch, New Zealand, we have King Cass. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Cass.
Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it heaps, man. Bangers and mash. Paul Mash in the house.
Yep, that's it. So let me ask you the first question. I ask this all the time because obviously everybody has their own story, but why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got started in the music business? I mean, have you always wanted to be a musician? Did you just kind of fall into it? I mean, everybody has their own story, so let's hear your story on that.
Well, I guess when I was a little boy, I really used to just kind of like, chase Michael Jackson around, and I used to do all the dance moves, and that was that genre, and a lot of Shay Fu, a lot of like older sort of groups, and that inspired me at a young age. But for me, it was more kapa haka. I actually started to do Māori culture when I was about 8 years old. And then kind of like going through life, music was a part of my life. My father's an android. Here in New Zealand, they had a number 19 on the charts called I Want to Be in Auckland Tonight. So again, there is a legacy of musicians within our family. So kind of like, I followed a lot of rap through my life, listened to a lot of Eminem, a lot of different artists. But for me, it was in the end, I found that there was my own music was talking to myself, and I was finding that there was healing coming out of it. And I actually went into a bad state, and I had meth-induced psychosis for 4 months. And I ended up in a mental institution. And that's where the mental institution, they let me have my studio there to record music. Again, I was in psychosis, and my music was talking to me, but it was positive stuff that I was rapping into the microphone. So when I got out of there, I continued to make music to heal people. So yeah, that's the journey.
Hmm. Okay, well, that's quite a journey, actually, and I'm glad that you're making people happy with your music. So that's always a positive thing. Um, what would be some of your influences? I mean, I think you mentioned Michael Jackson. I guess he's an influence. Do you have any others, or?
Yeah, well, definitely Eminem. You know, definitely. That's obviously looking outside the spectrum. You know, Eminem and all them. But here in New Zealand, for me, it would have just been like, you know, coming up, looking up Scribe. All the artists that kind of made something happen here. There's a few people. There's some OG cats that we have to throw some love back to here from Christchurch, New Zealand. That you know, wouldn't be possible for what we're doing today if they hadn't done it here first. So. Like I say, lots of love going back to all the OGs of New Zealand hip hop and world hip hop as well. But for me, like a lot of different Coolio. Like I say, there was Shay Fu. There was just Scribe. Lots of inspirations in the music industry here.
Okay, so there's really no limit to the artists that you that are influencing you, right?
Yeah, that is right. And again, for me, definitely Tupac. You know, Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Definitely like the ones that had the visions. KRS-One is another one, man. Lots of love going out to that guy and what he's doing today, because he's using hip hop to speak on platforms, and that's what I'm doing. I'm using my hip hop to be able to speak on these suicide awareness and these anti-bullying platforms, and that's where we will be heard by the right people, because we can connect through the youth through different connections and platforms. So big inspirations to me would be Tupac and KRS-One for sure.
Okay, well, some of those are pretty good. And I know you mentioned that KRS-One, man. That's been a long time since I heard that name, but he was pretty good though. So why don't we talk about your albums? You got any albums, and are they physical copies, or can you only get it in digital? Maybe you could let us know that as well.
So I have physical copies of my album that you can get at kingcass.co.nz. That's kingcass.co.nz. I'm sure the bro will drop the link for me. Also, I've got King Cass is my music page on Facebook. I'm on King Cass NZ on Instagram. I just dropped an album on the 7th of May, actually, Paul, and it's called The Awakening from Dark to Light. And it's talking about my journey coming from dark into the light. We have left 200 hard copies to get rid of here in New Zealand before we can move on to the next the level up, and we're looking at wanting to tour the album. But like I say, if anybody can help us in any way, please reach out to that website. You can get physical hard copies on there. It's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. It's on all digital platforms. But like I say, to get that real feel for what the album is in that hard copy is a booklet, a 6-page booklet that tells a bit of a story about each song and why I wrote it. So that's that internet, that interaction. And if you want that one-on-one sort of stuff, then you'd want to get a hard copy and really know what the album was about.
Okay. And again, speaking of your music, I guess we're getting ready to watch a video from you in just a moment here. And I understand it's kind of an anti-bullying type of situation on the video. Why don't you tell us the name of the song? And
this song is called Fallen Memories. A lot of people have died via suicide, and bullying, continuous bullying does take lives. But most of the song is actually dedicated to my grandma and my nana that they passed away last year. One had dementia and one was died of old age. I didn't let it be the thing that would break me and bring me down. I used it to create a song, but the song itself is actually a poem that I wrote when I was actually going to my nana's cremation. So I stood up and I read out a poem, but then I split the poem in half and I turned it into a song. It's called Fallen Memories, to respect any soul that we've lost through suicide and also dementia. Fallen Memories.
Okay. All right, we're going to watch that in just a moment, but I think that's all the time we have for today, King Cass, and we appreciate you coming on the show. And maybe one day, if you have something new to plug, maybe we'll have you back sometime if you're willing to do that for us.
Thank you, bro.
Okay. All right, and let's watch that Fallen Memories right here on Paul Mash TV. Don't go away.
Like a fallen memory, like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. Like a fallen memory. Like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. Standing by the shore and I can feel it in my soul. These journeys I've explored, the pain is way too cold. Have I fallen too deep now? I can't get back up. Am I caught up in a wreck of the ship that's been sunk? Where to go to from here? Is the end near or far? How can I see the light? When I'm standing in the dark, I'm making rights from wrongs to break the fear, to find a brand new path. I'm looking at the rear view and all I see is the past. Hey, like a fallen memory, like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, it's me blowing through the breeze. Yeah, yeah, like a fallen memory. Yeah, like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. Live in peace and know yourself, begin to see the art. You paint a better picture, see it painted from the heart. You find the truth to self-discover. Beauty lies beneath our cover. Look into the broken ties to learn to search and rediscover the real true meaning of life, what it means to be free. To be free from all burdens that now drown up in the sea. You see the belly of the beast has now been put down to sleep. So now we can be happy and we can live out our dreams. And as we rise beneath the tribulation, live life and keep being patient. The true things in life will come, give blessings and graces. Oh, how amazing. I can feel the tears running down my face, but these are tears of happiness. When I remember your face from those times we watching TV early in the morning, sharing hot cuppers of tea. Now the memories are falling, so I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. And as I fly like a bird, the higher that I'll reach out. Like a fallen memory, like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. Yeah, yeah, like a fallen memory. Yeah, like a fallen memory. She's like a fallen memory. When I look into the sky, gets me blowing through the breeze. This song was dedicated to my nana and my gran. Fly high.